Back to the channel, and we're off to Group E. I have now actually finally completed the top 4 groups. I'm going to play Kaleidoscope Bridge by Q. So this is in Group E, which is a group that I feel looks kind of wide open at this point, partly because I haven't played very many other than Chicken Wings this one. So we are going to go with, there is only one set of T's because Q is a scheduler and knows the havoc that they can reach, looking at you, Ducker. And then we've got pin 2, and we're going to go with the usual of, let's put some medium winds on, and let's go east and give it a play. So yeah, Q doesn't do a ton of courses, but when he does, they're often really interesting, and he'll typically try to find a different style of environment or something different. And I think that can kind of be a double-edged sword. Like, partly it gets you really interesting looks, like this one looks very cool. No, we're not streaming that. Why have you not updated? It said it had updated. Anyway, yeah, but then can sometimes lead to, I guess, overthinking or trying to do different for the sake of being different when simple might just work. Okay, so we've got a cool plot. Now, he said that this is set in Argentina, which explains like the rocky nature, and Q is good enough with his environments that I think we can generally defer to his. His level of detail work on that will be good enough that he won't have made any mistakes. Oh, and we have a little lake and some cool weathering I can see. And then he'll have gone with some interesting stuff probably for topsoils. So very stony ground. I'm interested to see how the rocks this close to the fairway play, because that can be challenging. Kind of overgrown. I don't think so, because I think I've seen some like terrain painted bunkers, but very few. Yeah, this stuff. I think, yeah, I have some thoughts on them. We'll come back. There's our low. So it's a really cool plot, like overlooks down here. Some interesting stuff. But yeah, definitely few bunkers. Which again, like, can be challenging because you use bunkers so often to guide the player's eye as to where they're going. And I generally feel going bunkerless harms more than it helps. Can be done amazingly well, but it's difficult. Okay, and then we've got the haunted house mansion for a clubhouse, which does look very foreboding. Cool. Let's work our way up. Or is this the clubhouse? Maybe this is the clubhouse. That's the more modern one, which is a very stark contrast to the other. Anyway, I'm going to give this a play. Straight away, it's terrible my eye is drawn to this. I'd have culled that tree in a heartbeat. Just feels odd. Same with this guy up here. The giant ones on the background. Anyway, we have lots of camber and rolling. Green looks really good. Q's greens are typically excellent. So we do have a bunker of sorts down there. Okay, down 44. Just play a gentle drive somewhere down there. Oh, it's gone down the wrong side. Might need to get lucky. Oh, yeah, it's fine. I do like the terrain paint, not the terrain painting. The weathering looks cool. A very mottled fairway. That works nicely. Up 10, we have a backstop. I think the here should be okay. Ugh, bullet. Oh, it was the right club as well. Just 7% closed and not doing anyone any favours. Huh. That's a spicy pin. Yes, just don't hit it here. Now feed right. Oh, it was a decent effort. Lots of yellow on the green, but quite like that. It's a nice looking par 3. Yeah, I like the bunkers the way they're sat down and sculpted a little bit here. I think this one I'd have probably lowered some of the sand a bit more. I think this one looks really good though. Par 3 at the base of the hill is nice. I'm not in love with the grass on the rocky terrain, if I'm honest. I'll get back. I feel like, yeah, I don't always agree with Seamount, but I do feel he's right in that things are hanging up on fringes way more than they used to. It does feel like there's been a bit of a change. Oh well. You will look at this picture. Nice. Okay, that's not a pre-hole one. I'd have gone with one, but not both of the rock mounds. As someone who did this a lot with centerline bunkers, I think one is often way more impactful than two. That bunker looks awesome. Yeah, I could have used more of these on the course, I think. Particularly fairway side. These look great. Hmm. 3-wood might still run in, but I'm okay with it. Behind the mounds. I struggle playing to greens like this because they're just broad slopes and I prefer smaller targets. It's because I find it helps really focus me, whereas with these, it's like, oh, you're just aiming somewhere in here. Very tight tree lines. That's okay. I don't think this one's got as many tight tree lines. I just hit a very bad tee shot and got away with it. I'll turn, turn, turn. Love that. Of course, the benefit of broad slopes is rather than compartmentalizing the greens, it does mean that you have more of a chance with holing putts like that. Ah, the hole is back in the right place. Right, that's a very satisfying putt to rewatch. Cool camera. Nice. Are we playing that hole? We're not playing that hole. Hmm. So you can go for it with significant risk. So this is very cool. He's put a lot of thought about where he's weathering, so I assume that's because this is where they'd have watered the greens and therefore this is greener. Fun. Okay, so my next question is where's my layup zone? That feels risky. That feels kind of risky. I'd have tried to allow this to be a little less tight. I think would have made this like hole is like for me a 7 out of 10. This would take it to a 10. Just like give me a shot around the corner, let me try and lay up to here, get that angle. That's all it needs. Oh god, tugging everything way left. Well, not the place. Just hope we end up on the green. It's a shame. I think that's a really cool green that I'd have liked to have hit a better shot into. Like contouring around the back's really cool. There's a lot of very nice subtle stuff going on there. I revised my rating to it an 8 out of 10. Very good green. I'd have just liked a bit more of a in between the go for it and the layup. I don't really understand why we wouldn't use the whole preview cameras as well. This looks very nice. Lots of small bushes. Okay, pure carry. Just hit the number. I don't think I can do much more else than that. At least for this pin. And obviously I could have bailed out to the middle of the green, but I'm never doing that. Yeah, I think it works nicely. Could have probably sunk in these ones. Cool par 3 though. Both par 3s have been really nice green sites. Ugh. So that's our first hole. And maybe I'm conditioned. Yeah. Okay, so we're choking down fairway. I don't know if you need this because there's no space to lay up short of it, really. This is another one where start this fairway here and we have a much better hole. So I love this part of the hole. I really like the green. Green is awesome. Maybe this could have been taken in a few boxes. Just because if you've got a pin between these two, that's tight, particularly if you're forcing a layup. I think the real issue is the fact that I'm kind of forced into taking this on or this on. There's just no way around it really. And yeah, yeah, don't love. And then look at what I'm leaving myself in with. It's just needed to be a bit friendlier. And the court, like, there is a really, really good hole here, and that may get an excellent bounce. Yeah. Approach shot is awesome. Tee shot was the bit that needed some tweaking. Now grab. Excellent. Keeps showing me these teaser shots. Oh, we actually are playing this hole. Excellent. Bunkerless is hard, and this kind of isn't bunkerless, and that's I guess one of my main bits of feedback would be I think this would work better with bunkers. Like, do more of these the way you have been doing them when they have been proper bunkers, and I think it looks really good and it will work wonderfully. But yeah, like, bunkerless is really tough. I definitely wouldn't trust myself to do it. This is a par 4? Jeez. Okay. So presumably if we're this side, do we ever get a view of the pin? I'd have probably lowered this. Admittedly, I'm into the wind, so maybe that affects it, but even so, I'd have lowered it. I don't mind the green being blind, just probably not from that bit of sculpting. Green sight, really cool again. Oh, be good. Yeah. Greens and approaches have definitely been the highlight so far for me. Be good. It looks lovely. Excellent. Oh, it actually was the tee shot. Hey, happy days. So tempting. Could go anywhere, but I like the way this one winds around the rocky outcroppings. We can give ourselves a blind shot here, and that's okay. Yeah, this contouring's lovely. Very nicely done. Might be okay, might not. Not. Oh, oh, well, I don't hate that. That's way left of where I wanted it. That was a good part. Just the line was wrong. Right, what do we have on the back nine? Oh, through 8. Did we return to the clubhouse on 8? Of course we did. No, I'll do some more later. I don't think I'll have time. I might have time for one more just now after this, and then I'm going to plan to do. Basically, if I can clear them all tonight, I would love to. This is a really good par 3. Like the way it sits between these two high points and it's low in the middle is really nice. Kick forward, and we are good. It just didn't quite go. And a really cool re-entry point to that canyon area. No. Par 3s have been really good. Like, not super flashy, but understated good. Really like this t-shirt. This is fun. This is one where bunkerless does work well. Although I think you're... Oh, let's see where we go. Fade it back into the wind so we get our high point. Again, just would love not to be blind. Great green. Uh-oh. Terrible approach. It's fine. Yeah, I think looking back, just if you sloped the second half of the hole a little more gradually, then you'd get the potential of playing. I don't know, even just bring this ridge back a little bit more, so you could play, say, a 3-wood up here and still get a view, or you could go down there, or like, I think it's really close. It's still interesting. It's just, I think you could have made it a little bit better still. And this is kind of the tee shot I'd have wanted on the other short drivable dogleg one. And this is one where I think you can kind of see the perils of going bunkerless, because we've basically done this idea before. It's a good idea and it's executed really well still. Just that it loses its impact because it's the second time you've done that. Admittedly, the first was drivable and therefore it laid a slightly different question. Green's still really good. The greens have been the absolute highlight. They're really, really good. Right up there with best in contest for me so far. How have you missed that? Ton of slippery, sneaky putts as well. I don't see this one going on CC. Yeah, that's going to kill some people. Oh. I mean, this is bold. I feel like I would have softened this. No, I can't do that, G-Dog. I can't get there. I can't do it. Well, okay. He's asked. And he got the 101. It's not happening. Bounce up? It did not bounce up. Stay? It did not stay. Well, we know who to blame. No, it's all right. No, don't worry. It's way too much fun not to. Okay, we played to the safe part. No, leave G-Dog. It's nice when he's here. I think you... I love the boldness. I think you could have softened this so that it is a viable layup area. It just doesn't look it. Into wind. I feel like I can just cancel out. And got scared. Oh, it was the right club as well. No, sit. Q. Eh. I don't love that ending in heavy rough. I think this hole is so, like, it's really close to being great. It's just a touch too severe. There's a chip, though. I know. Of all the people, Ben criticising something being too severe. A good par 3 green site. I kind of feel like this one's a bit similar to the others that we've seen before. Like this and hole 2's green site are pretty similar. Would have been nice to have one, I don't know, maybe one high. Maybe we still get another par 3. I don't know. But that would be the obvious one we haven't yet done. No. I'm missing everything low right. I don't really have a ton else to say. Like, it's very nicely executed. This is nice. This is really fun. And I'd still say you're starting your fairways maybe a touch too far out, but it doesn't matter so much because you're not pinching landing zone. Oh, that's not where I was intending to end up, but I'm kind of okay with it. Bloody hell, it's a long hole. Into the wind, I guess. I mean, appropriately done, given that it's long, like that's really the main challenge. What is the distance on the card? 519, but uphill, like 70? Was that 40 and then... Oh, no, sorry, it's 40 probably in total. But just 10 off the drive and then 30 on the approach. I certainly don't think you can make that hole any longer. And I don't know, it might play a bit tough for guys with shorter drivers. Oh, this is nice. Auto gem? Not sold on the bush. Saucy will make a childish joke now. I like this. I feel like we've done a lot of blind approaches, and I think I would really like to see this. It's such a good green site that the view here would be awesome. It feels a shame to make this one blind. Hopefully just get down. Oh, God. That's gone. Yeah. Again, if we look at just severity around the edge of fairway, that's just kicking you off. The light rough's doing you no good there. I think that could use a little flatten around the edge. Okay. Up. Get up there. Oh, it's done well. I love a pitch. And Mr. Putlow? No. Yes. Yeah. I think we're reaching the point where I'm really enjoying it still. I think we're reaching the point where the bunkers really would have brought like just that extra bit of hole variety for you. This is cool. But I don't think this is doing anything that another hole hasn't. Yeah, cling on. Just about. A putt. Oh, what was that break? Shame. I've really enjoyed this. Oh, we do have one more par 3. Fun drone camera. Oh, okay. I think we could have pruned a couple of trees here. I don't know which ones, but a couple. Again, feels like a slightly similar par 3 green site. Like foot of hill rather. I just think if you'd had a skyline one or something high, that's the one I think we're really missing that would test a different sort of shot value. Full par 3 though, really good green. Yeah, just your green contouring's been right, outstanding. Oh, just grabs. If I have to see hole one more time. 18. Yeah, same comment as the previous time. Do one, don't do both. And probably just give a bit more space around them because this becomes an auto layup. And this side's pretty cambered and this side runs out. Like, I don't like this tee shot. I'm sorry. It just feels like there's no really good way to do it. Just about slows up. The uphill does help that, to be fair. But yeah, and then it's long enough that I can't really lay back anyway. Like we've taken away way too much space here, I would say. Right. And that's not going to get there, and that's possibly too much. You hit the right side. Oh, it was so good for so long. Nearly. There we go. That's Kaleidoscope Ridge. That's really sneaky fun. The land movement, like for all I say about I would have brought bunkers in more because I think it would have helped you. Actually, some of the best holes are the ones that are bunkerless, like that one we're looking at. It just would have helped raise those other holes that weren't quite at that level. I do think greens are absolutely nailed. Environment's really cool. I thought I'd mind the grass on rock a lot more than I did. Actually, like works, I'd say. Looks quite nice. The greens, oh, it's just gone off. The green sculpting's superb. And then the other thing I would say is just, yeah, just watch out for crowding your landing zones on drive, particularly if you're pinching, like make sure there's always a layup option. But other than that, really cool. Enjoyed it a lot. Right, I think we can squeeze in one more before kids' bedtime. So we're going to be back in just a second. See you.